I asked Claude to open a pull request, and it actually did it. Not a suggestion, not a code block to copy, an actual PR sitting in my repository seconds later. That's a completely different capability than just reading files, and it only exists because of a protocol running underneath the surface called MCP, which lets Claude call real tools instead of just describing what you should type yourself. The chat-based GitHub connection most people use only reads files. This setup lets Claude take real actions, open issues, review pull requests, push commits, all from a conversation. I only test methods I actually run myself, so every step here came from setting this up on my own machine. Quick ask, like this video and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel keep making these. There are two separate paths here depending on which tool you're using, Claude Desktop or Claude Code, and they work completely differently, so let's take them one at a time. Starting with Claude Desktop since it's the simpler of the two. Open Settings, then Connectors, and look for the option to add a custom connector. GitHub isn't a toggle you flip on. You're pointing Claude at GitHub's official remote MCP server address directly. Enter that server URL and Claude will walk you through GitHub's standard login and authorization flow, the same OAuth screen you'd see logging into any third-party app with your GitHub account. During that authorization step, GitHub lets you scope exactly which repositories and organizations the connection can reach, and I'd strongly recommend scoping it down instead of granting blanket access to everything you own. Once that's approved, the connection is live, and from any conversation you can ask things like summarizing open pull requests, checking what's blocking a specific issue, or drafting a PR description based on recent changes, all without leaving the chat. That's the desktop path, mostly point and authenticate, no code involved. Now let's cover Claude Code because this one works completely differently and trips people up if they expect the same connector menu. Claude Code doesn't have a built-in GitHub connector at all. It relies on the GitHub command line tool instead, meaning you're authenticating once at the system level and Claude Code inherits that access automatically afterward. First, install the GitHub CLI if you don't already have it. It's a small standalone tool, available directly from GitHub's own site. Then run the login command from your terminal and follow the prompts, selecting github.com as your account type and HTTPS as your connection protocol. Choose the browser login option when asked. It's the simplest path. You'll get a one-time code, paste it into the browser tab that opens, and approve the connection. Your credentials get stored securely in your system's keyring at that point, not in a plain text file sitting in your project folder. From here forward, Claude Code can create repositories, push code, open pull requests, and manage gists, all through natural language requests inside your terminal session. Here's a real example of that in action. I asked Claude Code inside a project I was actively working on to commit my current changes with a proper descriptive message and push them, then open a pull request against the main branch summarizing what changed. It generated the commit message, pushed it, opened the pull request with an actual summary of the diff, not a placeholder, and gave me the link, all from one sentence, no manual Git commands typed by me at all. Now here's the mistake that actually matters here, more than any of the setup steps, because it's the one that can genuinely cost you a repository. If you go the manual route instead, running your own local MCP server with a personal access token instead of the CLI method, you'll be asked which permission scopes that token gets.
People often grant broad, unrestricted access out of convenience, just to avoid hitting a permission wall later, and that includes scopes they never actually need. The one scope you should essentially never enable for an AI assistant is delete repository access, because a single wrong command executed with that permission can remove an entire project with no undo. Start with the smallest scope that lets Claude actually do the job you're asking for, and only expand it later if a specific task genuinely requires more, not preemptively. Whichever method you use, that same principle applies. Scope access to what the task needs, not to what avoids friction. Here's the practical tip that makes this actually worth setting up instead of just a neat demo. Don't treat this as a replacement for reviewing what Claude does. Treat it as a fast draft and execute layer that you still glance over before anything merges. Set up branch protection on anything that matters, so pull requests still require your approval before merging into your main branch, even though Claude can open and push to feature branches freely. That single safeguard lets you get the full speed benefit of automated commits and PRs while keeping a human checkpoint exactly where it actually matters. I test new AI deals every week. If a new free method comes out, you'll see it here first. One last note if you're deciding which path fits you. If you just want Claude to read and summarize GitHub activity, the desktop connector alone covers that with almost no setup. If you want it actually writing code, committing, and opening pull requests as part of your daily workflow, Claude Code with the CLI is the one built for that. In the next video, I'm setting up branch protection alongside this exact workflow so you can see the full safe setup end to end. Subscribe if you want that one first.